The CEO is dying, and my daughter won't leave his side. I watch through the glass partition of the private hospital suite as 3-year-old Lily presses her small hand against Marcus Chen's palm. His fingers, gray, trembling, failing, curl weakly around hers. His eyes, once sharp enough to command boardrooms, find her face with desperate gratitude. "Mama's here," Lily whispers to him. "Don't be scared." The monitors beep their steady countdown. The nurses exchange glances. Security has been called twice to remove us, but Lily screams every time they try to separate her from the bed. "Miss Williams." Dr. Reeves approaches me, her voice low, professional, exhausted. "Mr. Chen's family has requested." "I know." I cut her off. "But my daughter knows something, and until I understand what," she stays. Dr. Reeves's expression shifts. What could a toddler possibly know about? 3 weeks ago, she started drawing pictures of Mr. Chen. We've never met him. I clean office buildings at night. I've never even been to Chen Industries. But she drew his face, over and over, and she kept saying the sad man needs help. The doctor's skepticism is palpable, but she glances at Lily, at the dying billionaire, at the inexplicable peace on his ravaged face. 48 hours, Dr. Reeves says finally. His daughter arrives from Singapore then. After that, I can't protect you. I nod. 48 hours to understand why my child is the only person Marcus Chen wants in his final moments. 3 weeks earlier, Lily's drawings start the night of the first frost. I come home from my cleaning shift at 6 a.m. to find my neighbor, Mrs. Okoye, making breakfast while Lily sits at our kitchen table with crayons scattered everywhere. She's been drawing since she woke at 5. Unusual for her, but not alarming. What's alarming is the face she's drawn. Over and over. 20 sheets of paper. The same face. A man. Asian features. Kind eyes. Sad mouth. "Who's that, baby?" I ask, exhaustion making my voice rough. "The sad man." Lily doesn't look up. "He's sick, Mama. He needs help." "It's just imagination," Mrs. Okoye says, but her tone carries doubt. I know about imagination. Lily has an invisible friend named Button. She talks to our cat like he answers. She's 3. Make-believe is her language. But this feels different. "Where did you see this man?" I ask. "In my dreams." She finally meets my eyes. "Every night, Mama. He's in a big room with machines, and he's so scared. He doesn't want to be alone." My stomach tightens. "What does he say to you?" "Nothing. He just cries." She goes back to drawing. "We have to help him." I exchange glances with Mrs. Okoye. We both know that 3-year-olds don't manufacture this kind of detail, this kind of consistency. "It's probably a character from TV," I say, not believing it. But I keep the drawings. All 20 of them. The dreams continue for a week. Every night, Lily wakes crying. "The sad man is getting sicker, Mama. The medicine is wrong. Someone needs to check the medicine." I hold her, rock her, promise her it's just dreams. But on day 9, I'm cleaning the executive offices at Sterling Financial when I see the Wall Street Journal in a recycling bin. The face staring at me from the cover is the face from Lily's drawings. Marcus Chen, billionaire tech founder, philanthropist, diagnosed 3 months ago with aggressive lymphoma, currently hospitalized at Hartford General in critical condition. My hands shake as I read. The article mentions his estranged daughter in Singapore, his late wife, his legendary business mind slowly deteriorating under the assault of disease and treatment. It's him, the sad man, exactly as Lily drew him. I take the newspaper home. I compare it to Lily's drawings. Perfect match. How? I whisper to the empty apartment. But I know how. I've known since Lily was born. Since she told me about my mother's death 3 days before the hospital called. Since she described my sister's wedding dress before anyone bought it. Since she warned me about the car accident I avoided by taking a different route. My daughter sees things, knows things, feels things that haven't happened yet, or are happening far away. I've never said this out loud. People already look at us funny. Single black mother, no college degree, working 3 jobs. Add psychic toddler, and we become circus freaks. But Marcus Chen is dying, and my daughter knows something about it. I call Hartford General the next morning. I need to speak to someone about Marcus Chen's treatment. The receptionist is polite but firm. "Mr. Chen's medical information is confidential." "Are you family?" "No, but then I can't help you." I try 6 more times. Different approaches, different stories, always the same answer. So I do something desperate. I apply for a job in Hartford General's Environmental Services Department. Cleaning. Night shift. I already work nights. I'll just change locations. They hire me within 48 hours. Hospital cleaning jobs have high turnover. They don't ask many questions. My first shift is a Wednesday. I'm assigned to the executive wing, private suites, VIP patients, the kind of care that costs more per day than I make in a month. I don't see Marcus Chin that night. Or the next. He's in ICU. I learn from overheard conversations. Declining rapidly. His treatment protocol isn't working. They keep adjusting his chemo ratios, a nurse tells another in the break room. But Dr. Morrison says the cancer's outsmarting everything they try. Dr. Morrison. I note the name. On my third shift, I'm cleaning outside ICU when I see him wheeled past on a gurney. Marcus Chun. Unconscious. Gray. Dying. Exactly like Lily described. I think about my daughter's words. The medicine is wrong. I start watching Dr. Morrison. It's easy when you're invisible. Maids are furniture to people like him. Present, but irrelevant. I clean while he makes rounds. I empty trash while he consults charts. I observe. He's attentive. Professional. Concerned. But something nags at me. The way he hovers over Marcus Chen's treatment plan. The way he personally administers certain medications. The way he deflects when other doctors suggest alternative protocols. Control. That's what I'm seeing. Dr. Morrison controlling every aspect of Marcus Chen's care. I've seen this before. With Eleanor Whitmore, 2 years ago, when I was caring for her and noticed patterns that saved her life. I learned then to trust what I notice. Even when it sounds crazy. On day 5, Lily's dreams get worse. Mama, the sad man is dying tonight. She's sobbing at 3 a.m. The medicine is killing him. You have to stop it. You have to go now. Baby, I can't just. Now, Mama. The urgency in her voice decides me. I call Mrs. Okoye. I beg her to come over. I drive to Hartford General in the middle of the night, my heart hammering. I have no plan, no authority, no right to be there. But my daughter knows something. And I've learned the hard way that when Lily knows something, people's lives depend on listening. I make it to Hartford General by 4 a.m., still wearing my cleaning uniform from a different building. The ICU nurse looks up. You're not scheduled tonight. Emergency shift coverage, I improvise. They call me in. She's too tired to verify. She weighs me through. Marcus Chen's room is at the end of the hall. Through the glass, I see him, skeletal, unconscious, machines breathing for him. Alone. No family. No visitors. Just a dying man and technology postponing the inevitable. I slip inside. My hands shake as I approach his chart. I'm not a doctor. I have a GED and cleaning certifications. But I learned to read medical charts after Eleanor. I learned what to look for. Medication log. Treatment protocol. Dosing schedule. My eyes catch on one entry. A notation from Dr. Morrison. Increased chemotherapy ratio. Double the standard dose for Chen's weight and condition. I pull out my phone. I search medical databases I've bookmarked. I cross-reference. The dose is wrong. Not slightly wrong. Catastrophically wrong. At this level, the chemo isn't treating cancer. It's inducing organ failure. My breath stops. The medicine is wrong. Lily's voice echoes in my memory. I photograph the chart. My hands steady now, adrenaline sharpening everything. Then I hear footsteps. Dr. Morrison enters, holding a syringe. He freezes when he sees me. What are you doing in here? His voice is sharp, authoritative. My job. I step back from the chart, trying to look casual. Cleaning staff doesn't access patient records. He moves toward me. I need to ask you to leave. Now. What's in the syringe? The question hangs between us. His expression shifts. Surprise, calculation, threat. That's none of your concern. It is if it's the wrong dose. Silence. Heavy and dangerous. You're mistaken, Dr. Morrison says carefully. I'm Mr. Chin's primary oncologist. I've been treating him for 3 months. Whatever you think you saw, I saw that you've been slowly killing him. The words are out before I can stop them. Reckless. Dangerous. True. Dr. Morrison's face goes cold. That's a serious accusation. From someone completely unqualified to make it. Then show me I'm wrong. Show me the dosing is appropriate for his weight and stage. He doesn't move. You can't. I continue. Because 3 months ago, Marcus Chun was about to fire you. I read about it. His company was auditing your research trials. They found fabricated data. He was going to expose you, destroy your reputation, and your career. I'm guessing now, connecting fragments. But his face tells me I'm close. So you offered to treat him personally when he got sick. And you've been poisoning him slowly with his own treatment. Overdosing the chemo just enough to cause decline without raising suspicion. Everyone thinks the cancer's aggressive. But it's you. You're killing him. Dr. Morrison's laugh is bitter. You're a cleaning woman playing detective. No one will believe you. They'll believe the dosing records, the treatment logs, the pattern of decline corresponding exactly with your medication schedule, which you accessed illegally. Any evidence you have is inadmissible. He's right. I know he's right. But I'll still report it. I say, I'll still make noise. And someone will look closer. Someone always does when enough noise gets made. We stare at each other, the doctor and the maid, in a dying man's room at 4 a.m. Why do you care? Dr. Morrison asks. You don't know Marcus Chun. He's a billionaire who's never noticed people like you exist. Why risk everything for him? I think of Lily, of her tears, of her desperate certainty that the sad man needed help. Because my daughter asked me to. Dr. Morrison moves toward me. Give me your phone. No. Give me your phone, or I'll have security remove you and file charges for theft of medical records. Do it. Call security. Let's have this conversation in front of witnesses. His hand tightens on the syringe. And in that moment, I realize how far he'll go. How much he's already done. How little I matter in his calculation of acceptable losses. I bolt. Out of the room, down the hallway, Dr. Morrison shouting behind me. I run toward the nurse's station, toward people, toward witnesses. Call security. I yell. Dr. Morrison is trying to kill Marcus Chun. Heads turn. Nurses freeze. Dr. Morrison catches up to me, his face a mask of concern. This woman broke into a patient's room, he says smoothly. She's clearly disturbed. I need security to escort her out. Check his syringe, I gasp. Check the dosing. Check Marcus Chen's treatment protocol. The chemo ratios are wrong. She's delusional. Dr. Morrison interrupts. I found her tampering with Mr. Chen's chart. She's been making wild accusations. Then let's all go look at the chart together. I challenge. Right now. With witnesses. A senior nurse, mid-50s, sharp eyes, steps forward. Dr. Morrison? Is there a problem with Mr. Chen's protocol? Of course not. This woman is, because I've been concerned about his decline rate. The nurse continues. It's been faster than typical for his stage. I mentioned it to Dr. Patel last week. Dr. Morrison's expression flickers. Let's review the chart, the nurse says. It's not a question. We return to Marcus Chen's room. Me, Dr. Morrison, the nurse, and a security guard who's been called but looks uncertain about who to restrain. The nurse reads the chart. Her face goes pale. This dosing. She looks at Dr. Morrison. This is twice the recommended ratio for his body mass. It's an aggressive cancer. We discussed escalation. We discussed incremental increases. This is, she checks again. This is toxic levels. This would cause organ damage. This would, she stops. Understanding floods her features. You need to leave this room, she tells Dr. Morrison quietly. I'm his attending physician. You need to leave now. The next 6 hours are chaos. Hospital administration, police, internal review boards, toxicology reports. Marcus Chun transferred to another doctor's care. His treatment immediately adjusted. I give my statement a dozen times. I show the photographs. I explain about Lily, about the drawings, about the dreams that started 3 weeks ago. They look at me like I'm insane. But the medical evidence doesn't lie. The dosing was wrong. Deliberately, catastrophically wrong. Dr. Morrison is suspended pending investigation. His research records are subpoenaed. His patient files reviewed. And Marcus Chun, taken off the toxic doses, begins to stabilize. Not recover. He's still critically ill. But stabilize. The hospital's legal team wants to contain the situation. They offer me money to sign an NDA. To disappear quietly. No, I say. Miss Williams, you illegally accessed patient records to save his life. That doesn't change, then arrest me. But I'm not staying quiet about what almost happened here. They don't arrest me. They threaten to. But arresting the woman who exposed attempted murder looks worse than the murder itself. So they let me go with warnings and threats and legal language designed to intimidate. I walk out of Hartford General at noon, exhausted, terrified, unemployed. And I go home to my daughter. Lily is waiting at the window. You helped the sad man, she says when I walk in. How did you know? He's not scared anymore. She shows me a new drawing. Marcus Chun, still in a hospital bed, but his face is peaceful. He knows someone's watching now. I hold my daughter close. How do you know these things, baby? I don't know, Mama. I just feel them. Like how you feel when I'm sad even when I don't cry. It's the best explanation I'll get. Maybe the only one that matters. That night, my phone rings. Unknown number. Miss Williams? This is Janet Park. I'm Marcus Chen's daughter. I arrived from Singapore this morning. The hospital told me what you did. I wait, expecting anger. Accusations of interference. Thank you, she says instead, her voice thick with emotion. Thank you for noticing. For caring. For saving my father's life when I wasn't here to do it myself. I almost didn't, I admit. I almost convinced myself my daughter was just dreaming. But you didn't. You trusted her. And now, her voice breaks. Now I get to say goodbye. Or maybe hello again. The doctors say he might recover with proper treatment. Might. That word again. Always might. There's something else, Janet continues. My father regained consciousness this afternoon. Briefly. He asked about you. About your daughter. He wants to meet her. I bring Lily to the hospital 3 days later. Marcus Chen has been moved to a private suite. Real recovery now, not prolonged death. The toxic chemo purged from his system. Proper treatment begun. His body slowly remembering how to fight. He's awake when we enter. Thin, weak, but unmistakably present. His eyes find Lily immediately. The little girl who saved me, he whispers. Lily walks straight to his bedside. No hesitation, no fear. She takes his hand like she's done this 1,000 times. You're not sad anymore, she observes. No. His fingers curl around hers, stronger than they were, but still fragile. Thanks to you. I just told Mama. She's the one who helped. You both did. He looks at me. Miss Williams. I understand I owe you my life. You owe my daughter. I just listened to her. That's more than most people would do. He coughs, winces. My daughter tells me you lost your job because of this. That the hospital is threatening legal action. They'll calm down. I say, not believing it. Nevertheless. He shifts slightly. I'd like to offer you a position. My personal advocate. Someone who notices things. Someone who asks questions. Someone who trusts instinct over credentials. I stare at him. Mr. Chan, I've spent 40 years surrounding myself with the most educated, most qualified people money can buy. And they were all prepared to watch me die without question. Because a doctor said it was inevitable. His grip tightens on Lily's hand. But a cleaning woman and her 3-year-old daughter saw what they missed. That's not luck. That's wisdom. I'm not qualified. You're exactly qualified. You saved my life. Now I'm asking you to help me save others. The Marcus Chen Foundation for Patient Advocacy launches 6 months later. We occupy offices in downtown Hartford. We employ investigators, lawyers, medical consultants, and patient advocates. But the core team is unconventional. Me, a former maid with instincts trained by necessity. Marcus Chen, a billionaire who learned humility through near death. And a network of ordinary people who notice things the experts miss. We take cases others dismiss. The family concerned about nursing home care. The wife who suspects her husband's doctor. The parent whose child isn't responding to treatment as expected. We investigate. We question. We trust that sometimes the person closest to the patient knows more than the person with the medical degree. Lily still has dreams sometimes. Not often. She's 5 now, more interested in kindergarten than premonitions. But occasionally she'll wake with information we can't explain and shouldn't ignore. The lady in room 304 is allergic to something. She told me last week. I checked. The lady in room 304 was having unexplained reactions to treatment. Further testing revealed a latex allergy no one had documented. Simple fix. Potentially life-saving catch. How does she know? Marcus asks me regularly. I stopped asking how. I just trust that she does. Dr. Morrison's trial is scheduled for next spring. The investigation uncovered 3 other patients whose treatment he deliberately sabotaged, professional rivals, former colleagues who'd crossed him, people with the power to damage his reputation. He'd used his medical expertise as a weapon, hiding murder in the complexity of cancer treatment. Marcus will testify. So will I. So will the families of those who didn't survive. Do you regret it? Marcus asks me one afternoon. We're in his office. He's back to work part-time. Still recovering, but relentlessly alive. Everything you risked. I think about that 4 a.m. decision. about running toward danger instead of away from it, about trusting my daughter's impossible knowledge. No, I say. I regret all the times before when I didn't trust what I noticed, when I let credentials intimidate me into silence. Like when I've never told him about my mother, about the nursing home that sedated her into oblivion, about my questions dismissed, my concerns patronized, my working class worry treated as ignorance. I tell him now. I knew something was wrong, I say, but I didn't push. I didn't make noise. I trusted the facility because they were professionals and I was just a daughter who worked nights and didn't understand medical care. You were grieving, powerless. I was silent. And she died 6 months later, over-medicated and under-monitored, in a place that billed insurance for care they never provided. I meet his eyes. I won't be silent anymore. Good, Marcus says quietly. The world needs people who refuse to be silent. Lily starts drawing again on a Tuesday. Different faces this time. A young woman, an elderly man, a teenage boy. Who are they? I ask. People who need help. She doesn't look up from her crayons. But not yet. Soon. I save the drawings. I wait. I trust. This is our life now. Anticipating need, investigating suspicion, believing that ordinary people can recognize extraordinary wrongs. We've helped 42 families in 8 months. Uncovered medical abuse, insurance fraud, neglect disguised as standard care. We've changed hospital protocols in 3 states. Gotten 2 facilities shut down. Saved lives that everyone else had written off. It's not enough. It's never enough. But it's something. Marcus throws a party for Lily's 6th birthday. His penthouse, catered by the best restaurant in Hartford, attended by foundation staff and families we've helped, and an odd collection of billionaires and janitors united by the belief that truth matters more than credentials. Make a wish, Marcus tells Lily as she leans over her cake. She closes her eyes, blows out candles, grins. What did you wish for? I ask. That more people would listen, she says simply. Marcus and I exchange glances. The same wish, the same prayer, that in a world obsessed with expertise and authority, more people would trust the wisdom of those who notice things, who feel things, who know things that can't be proven until someone's brave enough to investigate. I still clean sometimes. Not for money, the foundation pays well, but because that identity taught me to see what others overlook, to be present but observant, to understand that invisibility is a kind of superpower when you choose to use it. I clean Marcus's office while he works. I notice things, when he's tired, when pain breaks through his careful composure, when grief over lost months threatens to overwhelm him. You don't have to do this, he says. I know, but I like to. It reminds me where I came from. Where we both came from, he corrects. I was dying, remember? You gave me my life back. Lily gave you your life back. You believed her. That's the part that matters. On the 1-year anniversary of that desperate 4 a.m. drive to the hospital, I return to Marcus's room. He's there for a checkup, routine now, healthy, cancer in remission. The room where he almost died is now just another private suite, cleaned and prepped for the next patient. I stand in the doorway, remembering the fear, the uncertainty, the choice to trust my daughter's impossible knowledge over every reasonable doubt. You're thinking too much, Marcus says behind me. He's holding 2 cups of coffee, clear-eyed and steady. I can always tell. Just remembering. Don't. He hands me a cup. Remember forward instead. Think about the people we'll help tomorrow. The lives we'll save next month. The systems will change next year. Remember forward. I like that. Is that a billionaire philosophy? It's a survivor philosophy. Looking back keeps you stuck. Looking forward keeps you moving. We stand together in the empty room. 2 people who shouldn't have met. The CEO and the maid. Bound by the strange miracle of a child who sees things and a mother who finally learned to listen. If this story touched you, I want you to know something. Trust your instincts. Especially when they contradict authority. The experts don't always know best. The credentials don't guarantee truth. The people in power sometimes use that power to hide rather than heal. Your observations matter. Your questions deserve answers. Your concerns are valid even, especially when you're told they're not. Be the person who notices things, who speaks up, who refuses to stay quiet when something feels wrong. Be the mother who believes her daughter, the maid who questions the doctor, the ordinary person who sees what the extraordinary miss. The world tells people like us that we don't matter. that our wisdom is less valuable than their degrees, that our place is to serve and be silent. Prove the world wrong. Ask questions. Make noise. Trust yourself. Because sometimes a cleaning woman and her 3-year-old daughter know more than the most qualified experts in the room. And sometimes that knowledge saves lives. Lily is 8 now. The dreams have mostly stopped. She's more interested in soccer and science projects than premonitions. But occasionally, she'll look at me with those 2 old eyes and say, "Mama, someone needs help." And I listen, every single time, because I learned the hard way that wisdom doesn't come with credentials, that truth doesn't require a degree, that the smallest voice in the room might be speaking the most important words. I learned that being underestimated is only a weakness if you believe it. And I learned that my daughter, my beautiful, impossible, knowing daughter, sees the world in ways I'm still learning to trust. She's not psychic. Not really. She's just paying attention in ways the rest of us forgot how to. Noticing connections. Feeling truths. Trusting instinct over instruction. That's not supernatural. That's human. We've just trained ourselves to ignore it, to defer to authority, to trust credentials over instinct. And people die because of it. Not anymore. Not on our watch. The foundation continues. Marcus is cancer-free. Lily is thriving. And I wake up every day knowing that I'm doing the work I was meant to do. Not cleaning floors. Cleaning up the messes that power leaves behind. Not serving billionaires. Serving truth. Not staying in my place. Making my own place. And teaching my daughter that her voice, her impossible, intuitive, life-saving voice, is the most important sound in any room. Listen to the children. Listen to the overlooked. Listen to the ones who notice things. They might just save your life. They saved ours.